This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and joining me, a second timer here. She has been on the show before with her husband, Randy. It's Caly Behymer from RV Destination Magazine. Hey, Caly, how are you?
I'm great, Tom. How are you doing?
Doing well. The last time we chatted, things were beginning to really roll for you guys.
Yes.
And you're headquartered in the thriving metropolis of Sparta, Kentucky.
Right. Yes, a thriving town of 250 people. I know.
Wow. Well, listen, all right, so you've got a stoplight, right? You've got a traffic light.
We have a stop sign, but there's no traffic light.
Oh, there's no traffic light. Okay, yeah. So there's a stop sign and there's a post office.
I think there may be a post office. Yes, there's one gas station, post office, a bar, because what town is complete without a bar, and a flashing red light for the stop sign.
Wow. All right.
Yes.
So that's a party right there waiting to happen.
It is.
Yeah.
Come on down to Sparta.
All right. I love it. I love it. So I know RV Destinations is near and dear to your heart. This is something you started a couple of years back, and it's in digital form now. Mm-hmm. But you've got you shared with me before we came on that you've got some news, right?
I do. So yeah, we launched the magazine digitally originally because we provide so much great content, and we're a very picture heavy magazine. And we have very limited advertising as well. So with the amount of content that we were providing our subscribers, when we initially looked at the cost effectiveness of print versus digital, unfortunately, the print just didn't make a whole lot of sense for us at that time. So we remained, up until very recently, a digital only magazine. Which is great because that content is so easily delivered to all our viewers, regardless of where you are traveling, whether you're sitting in your home, whether you're traversing across the United States in your RV, or even internationally, we can deliver that content to you. But we've had such overwhelming, demand for print editions that we just recently announced that we are coming out with a print version of RV Destinations magazine. And it is going to be a compilation. So it is going to be a once a year release at this point. And it's going to be a compilation of previous, what we deem kind of best destinations. But it's going to be, similar to this and that, just, really thick, nice cardstock paper, beautiful images throughout the magazine. Yeah. And terrific. Something that's really designed to, just kind of grab a hold of you and say, hey, I want to go there. I want to check that out. And something that, people can take with them, stick on their coffee table and reference, and just, a really nice issue to have. So again, that's going to be, we're taking orders for that very actively right now. Orders will be closed on June 15th, and then the issue will be mailed out August 15th.
Well, first off, congratulations. I think that's terrific. And I will tell you this, I think if I'm, I put down roots for the night, I'm ready to go, and I'm just sitting outside, the weather's nice, particularly in August.
Yeah. And
I'm out there having a drink or maybe a coffee or something after dinner. I'd want to thumb through a magazine. I want that experience of kind of looking at it and, turning the pages versus, this kind of, or scrolling or whatever you're doing. It just has a more human connection, I think. Obviously showing our age a little bit, but but still, there's something about that feel of just relaxing with a book or a magazine, and there it is. Look at
and having it in your hands. And we totally agree. And it's been a very interesting journey for us because both my husband and I are very much paper people. I still like to read paper magazines. We have bookshelves downstairs full of paper books. But at the same time, we also understand that the world is moving digitally, and more companies are moving towards delivering content digitally. So it's been an interesting journey for sure, but a great journey.
Good for you. That's great. That is great.
Yeah.
Well, on the other, so we'll take a quick break, but on the other side, we'll talk about what we can find in the latest editions and in what's going on, and kind of find out a little bit about how you put it all together. My guest is Caly Behymer. Caly Behymer is from RV Destinations magazine, and she and her husband Randy run the show, folks, and we're going to find out a little more about that on the other side. You're watching and listening to the RV Advisor podcast. Stay tuned. Do you have a business geared towards the RV and outdoor enthusiast? The partners and services you offer target RVers and outdoor enthusiasts' wants and needs. The RV Advisors Partners page provides discounts for several of our partners through our assigned promo codes and direct links. Why not partner with us today? Visit thervadvisor.com/partners. That's thervadvisor.com/partners. We're back on the RV Advisor podcast. My name's Tom Alexander, and my guest is Caly Behymer, RV Destinations magazine. Now, Caly, you and your husband Randy started this couple years back. What was the year, actually? Do you remember the year you started it?
Yeah, we launched 2020. We launched in July 2020. So
you're coming up on this summer will be your third anniversary.
Yes, on our third anniversary.
And again, it's a digital with you had shared the big news with us just prior in the first segment. You got a compilation edition coming out in paper for the year. Yeah. Very cool. The process of pulling this together and getting all the photos and the articles, all that, does that fall on both your shoulders only, or do you have some other folks helping you out?
We have right now. So this past probably 6-8 months, we really refocused our efforts into making sure we were bringing in and adding on to our existing talent and adding just a lot of really great talent, both on the writing side and photography side. So we have 20 writers for us across the United States and Canada that write for us and have amazing photography skills as well. So thankfully that burden of coming up with all of the content doesn't fall just on our shoulders. So our writers will reach out to us and say, hey, I'm visiting, Washington. I'd like to write about, this area in Washington. What do you got? And, Randy does a great job of scheduling it all out. We've got some incredible software that kind of helps us line up all the future magazines. And so we can say, yeah, that sounds great. We're going to stick it in issue such and such. Right. And we go from there. And we have 2 editors on staff as well that do all the editing for us. And then the final edit comes across my desk.
Terrific. That's great. So you've got a team there, and
we do.
And it's, I guess, pretty much virtual, right? You don't have a brick and mortar office other than in your own home.
Correct. That's correct. So everybody's located, across the United States and Canada. The closest people to us, we have an editor in Northern Kentucky, and then our graphic designer is in Northern Kentucky as well. And he's really kind of the face of the magazine. He is what creates and puts together all of this incredible content for us.
That's terrific. And the response I know has been really, really good. And people, do you know how many subscribers you have now?
Yeah, so across all platforms, our total reach is about 85,000 people at this point. Wow. So that's through social media, that's through email lists, that's through subscribers, that's through folks that have downloaded the app onto their phone or iPad or tablet. So yeah, about 85,000 people. So, and that's growing from nothing. So it's been very, very exciting for us, for sure.
Yeah, I would imagine every time that odometer turns,
Yes.
to the next 1,000, 86,000, 87,000, whatever, it's got to be pretty exciting.
It's incredibly exciting. We finally have so many of these processes and procedures and technology in place that is really allowing us to grow at a rate we've not been able to grow before. So it's been super exciting. We have a whole new website as well. So that was just recently redesigned. So we encourage anybody that's watching this or listening to this right now to go and check us out at rvdestinationsmagazine.com. And we've got a great swag store with t-shirts and bags and mugs, and just, you can get out there and subscribe. We used to only offer one type of subscription, and that was an annual subscription. And now we offer 24 months. We offer an annual subscription. You can go down to a monthly subscription if you're more comfortable with that. We have free trials that are available. And now we're also offering that annual print edition as well.
That's terrific. So now, and it's a monthly, it comes out monthly?
It comes out bi-monthly. Yes. So so every other month. And then we also release a special edition, which is a campground spotlight edition. And that is because one of the things we do, we talk about the destination, but also where do you stay at that destination? Right. So one of the magazines that we put out annually is some of our top picks from not only us, but our readers and our writers on some of the favorite campgrounds that we've come across the United States and Canada.
That's great. Do you have any places that you're targeting yourself for maybe this summer, somewhere that a little getaway where you can go?
Yes. We have a big getaway coming up at the end of March. We'll be gone for about 2 months. We're going to be heading to Port Aransas, Texas, which is becoming a new hot spot for vacationers and RVers. We're going to be heading to Amarillo, Texas, Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then up into Utah. All around Utah, we're going to do some boondocking on the Salt Flats, which is going to be pretty incredible.
Wow.
And then finishing the trip across Colorado and then making a stop in Oklahoma before we get home.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's quite the trip.
Yes.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Yeah. And you'll write about it, of course.
We do. Yes. And these will be, so one of the things that Randy and I still do are the featured destinations in the magazine. And this is where we really, really, really dig into a location and talk about not only what to see and do, but give specific write-ups on museums and restaurants and different attractions and things to do in the area, hikes to go on. So just really, really detailing out an RVer. So an RVer can open to that and go, hey, I can make a whole vacation out of this alone. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like, as they say, sounds like a plan, and it sounds like a real good one.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, it's just fascinating to me that, you can kind of chronicle this and have all these subscribers that are interested, and you've got a team behind you that is just as passionate and excited about writing about all these different places here in the US and Canada as well.
Yes.
So I think that's terrific. Well, thank you for joining us again on the show. Before we go, why don't you tell folks that are watching and listening how they can track you down?
Yeah, absolutely. So for listening to this podcast, which we are so fond of, the RV Advisor, we are giving anybody that's listening or watching this right now a discount code of RVD30. So if you use RVD30 on checkout, you'll get 30% off. And you can go to rvdestinationsmagazine.com for more information on how to subscribe and get your 30% off. Again, RVD30.
RVD30, that's it. And a discount coming your way for RV Destinations Magazine. Caly, thanks again so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Tom, for having me on. I love being a part of your podcast, and thank you so much for inviting me to join again.
Well, it was great to see you again and say hello and share some fun news and information. And we'll love to have you back on again.
Absolutely, we would love it.
Caly Behymer from RV Destinations Magazine. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, thanking you for watching and listening. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
Bye.